that thy name is near, thy wondrous works declare. To begin to catch in every circumstance, in every care and problem of life, to stop and stand back and say, well, isn't that just like the Lord to do that? I'll never forget a true story about a young boy, a cabin boy on a ship, who one night went overboard and somehow wasn't missed for several hours. And the captain told them to turn around and go back and look for him. And the crewmen thought, this is crazy. We'll never find that little fellow bobbing out in the Atlantic, and even if we do, he's probably long gone. But to their utter amazement, they discovered the little boy still out there waiting, hanging on for dear life. He was half dead, and they finally brought him up into the ship, and when he'd recovered, the captain went down to see him where he was lying in his bunk. And the captain said to the wee boy, how did you hold on, son? Well, he said, Captain, I knew you'd come back. You knew I'd come back? How did you know that? Because you're like that, sir. And that's really the spirit, the heart of the believer. You see the circumstances of life and you say, well, isn't it just like the Lord to do that? But a sad thing that we go through the day, go through the week, go through the month. God is always thinking thoughts of good toward us, always doing good things, lavishing out His blessings upon us. And we walk along and the manna falls all around us and we never notice that I might know Him. To know Him in the circumstances of life, to see His hand at work in doing the little things and the great things, and stand back in utter amazement and say, isn't that God-like? Isn't that just like Him to do that? That's what it means to know Him. To know Him in the good times and the hard times, in the circumstances of life, to stand back in amazement and say, Lord, I knew you were just like that. That's how He reveals Himself. That thy name is near, thy wondrous works declare.